Welcome to this installment of the Dubb Action Online Summit. Today we have Lisa with us, and she is a master stylist. Now, looking good on camera and in person has become increasingly more important in business. Why? Because now we're seeing each other in so many different types of channels. We see each other on social media, we see each other in Zoom, we see each other in live videos, and obviously we see each other in person. So how cool would it be to get some insight from a master stylist indeed? There is a great quote from Bijan where he talks about where if you look good, people don't have to look at your attire. They look at you, they hear you, they feel you, they see you. If you don't look good, they kind of focus on that. You know, if you have a suit that's not fitted properly, or if you have a gnarly stain on your shoulder, you know, that's probably what people are going to notice. So looking good obviously transcends us, at least from the perception of others. So Lisa, without further ado, if you could start with a short bio and let's get into this.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me. I am Lisa Torba. I'm a master stylist with J. Hilburn. I've been with J. Hilburn since 2016. We are a sales force of about 2,000 stylists across the country, and we are a direct-to-consumer brand. I've been with them since 2016, and I am currently one of the top 10 stylists in the country. And I've grown my business, and I have a team of stylists that work with me, and it's twofold. I have a styling business with clients, and then I love to train and mentor people as well and share what a wonderful opportunity it is for everybody and how important it is to look good and feel great and clothes that fit you.
Amazing. So how much of what you do now in terms of, you know, consultation on style is focused on, you know, virtual presence? Is it sort of split, or what does that ratio look like?
It's really interesting. We had the platform before COVID.
Okay.
Which is a good thing. So when COVID hit, we were already prepared for it because I've been working virtually with people for a long time. And then we went into shutdown, and everybody, you know, was wearing their sweats, and they were not doing Zoom. Nobody knew where we were going. As we slowly started to come out of this, more and more people were networking on Zoom. They were meeting their clients on Zoom. So it's really important to stand out. And what I like to say is like your Hollywood square. It's really important to look good from the waist up and to either mimic the person that you're with. Hopefully you've done your homework and you know the type of person that you're meeting with, and you want to dress accordingly. You want to be able to wear the right colors for the background that you're on. If you have a very wild background, some people do, you want a very quiet outfit. It goes both ways. And it's just really important to understand how to do that, because you could stand out in a bad way, and that's not going to push your business forward.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I mean, one of the things that I think has become increasingly more popular in fashion is comfort. You know, I remember attire that we would wear, males, females, any gender you can imagine. You know, sometimes comfort was not necessarily at the top of the list, at least for some people. You know, you saw heels of a certain height, you saw clothes that fitted a certain way, you know, wools, maybe non-breathable fabrics. I'm wearing right now, this is a Lululemon t-shirt. It looks like a $10 t-shirt. It's like an $80 t-shirt, okay?
Correct, absolutely.
And it's got aluminum in it. No one knows that, and no one knows what it means, but I guess I do, and I feel comfortable in it. And then, of course, I have my Dubb branded hoodie, which is very, very thin, and it's very breathable. It sort of accommodates the AC in here. Sometimes it gets kind of cool in the office. So I'm able to kind of take it on, take it off. You know, I feel comfortable. Do I look 100% professional, business oriented, like how a CEO of a software company should be? I don't know. I don't know what the rules are anymore. For me, it's about comfort, but at the same time, you know, I love what you said, which is, you know, mimicking other people and dressing for the part. You know, they say, what's that famous quote? Dress for the position that you want to have, not the one that you currently have.
Correct, 100%, which is really important. And we still have to dress on Zoom like we would dress if we are going to a business meeting. It's just as important to show up and feel good, because when you feel good, you stand taller, your shoulders are back. So when you wear clothes that make you look good, it's 80% of what they see. They might not necessarily hear and remember everything, but they'll remember your appearance. And unfortunately, the society that we are in and we have been in, appearance makes a difference.
Yeah.
So what I try and do is help everybody look good and feel good. So you mentioned Lululemon. We have custom t-shirts that are made out of that tech poly fabric. I have custom hoodies that I have clients that put their logo on. So we have a sophisticated casual line of clothes, all the way up to 3-piece suits and tuxedos, which you're probably not going to wear on Zoom. But I had a client once say that they were going to show up in a tuxedo on Zoom, and they did it. So, you know, people are getting a little crazy over quarantine.
Yeah.
So it's really important to feel good. And if you're really comfortable in a well-fitting hoodie and t-shirt, then that's important.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a pair of joggers on too.
It's funny that you should mention that, because that's exactly what I have on right now.
Absolutely. Yes.
I love this idea of standing out from the crowd. You know, I really connect to that. In fact, a lot of what we do at Dubb in empowering people to use video is to bring your personality, whatever that may be for you, your life story, the way you present yourself, the way you dress, you know, what you have in your office, what you can physically show, maybe a product or service that you're selling. You know, we're all about that, because that's how you just be unique. And I think it's so important to do that in our society. Otherwise, you kind of just look like another person, or you feel like another person. And that may be not interesting. Now, that said, of course, you know, we got to play the part. We got to be professional, and, you know, we can't be too outside of the box. But one of the things that I always do connect with is that when I do meet a person and I see their uniqueness and I see their fashion and I see their sense of interior design, I say that person is creative. That person is expressing their self. And I really connect to that. I really enjoy it. You know, yeah, we can all be comfortable in a $10 t-shirt, but you know, why not express ourselves? And then I think on the flip side is, you know, from our perspective, the wearer and the shower is the way it makes us feel, the confidence that it brings us, and, you know, the satisfaction in expressing ourselves. You know, take us through that psychology a little bit on what it does to dress the part.
It's actually, what I do is, yes, it's fashion on one hand. That is the end result. But when I meet with my guys, whether they are on a Zoom or we're on the phone or in person, it's a lot of psychology. You know, many gentlemen are buying clothes off the rack. They think they look good, but maybe they're buying shirts to accommodate a stomach, so their shoulders are very large and are hanging off. But if they can get clothes that actually fit their body, they feel so much better. I get texts from my clients all the time with pictures that they're taking. I look so good today, got so many compliments, it feels great. It's really nice to know that when you work hard at something, you're recognized. And it's nice for people to give compliments. It's also hard for gentlemen to take compliments. Yeah. So I like to teach them to say, thank you. 2 simple words, because many times we're always like, oh, you know, it's hard to take a compliment. But when you feel good, it's great. And you should say thank you.
So, such good advice. You know, I wanted to share this photo of me, and this was some time ago. This was like before me, and there was this challenge that I had, and I had this problem in my mindset, and it's very specific to your industry. If I get clothes that are slightly larger than my size, I will be more comfortable. So if I wear a 32, I'll get a 34. That way, you know, if I had a big meal, I just open up the belt buckles a couple times, right? Or if I don't want to feel like, you know, I'm being suffocated by my jacket, I'll just get a 43L instead of a 42L. And I did this for a lot of years, because I thought that I was going to be comfortable. So I'm going to just share my screen here, and it's this really funny photo of my wife and I, and we're at this museum. This suit here it's not a cheap suit. It's kind of an slightly expensive suit.
Sure.
The problem is that it's super big on me. I don't know what this is. I think it's like a 43L, and you can tell on the shoulders it's wide, and definitely I recall this suit, it's wide on the waist. It's not,
and it's very long in your sleeves, where it's like you have no hands or arms in there.
I know. I look like, you know, that photo with those cute kids where they're wearing like the huge suits, like that, like old school vintage, you know, that's how I look and I feel in this. And recently my wife showed this to me, and she didn't mention that, I did, and I was reminded of this. I was doing something to be more comfortable, but in fact, I was just destroying the whole outfit, you know? So I remember realizing this and just not trying to fix any of my suits, because it's just so much money. I just got rid of all of them. I just donated all of them. I went to the local Goodwill and I was like, here's a bunch of suits, all good.
Right. Absolutely.
And now I'm ready to reframe. Size 32. I've been in the gym. I've been doing my martial arts. I've been doing my tennis. I'm ready to get a nice, you know,
spectacular.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that happens to a lot of gentlemen, because they are not used to their, first of all, they're not just used to their clothes fitting well. You can't get odd sizes, I should say, off the rack. So maybe you're not a 44, maybe you're not a 42, maybe you're a 43. So that's where having a stylist that helps you pick the details, measures you, and actually gets you clothes that fit. And not that your clothes need to be tight. They could be relaxed, they could be a little roomy, but they will fit you properly. And then that's where you start to feel good. Because I have gentlemen say, I don't want a Euro fit. I don't want that tight, skinny leg. And it's like, that's okay. I'm not going to do that for you. We're going to talk about how you like to feel in your clothes. Do you like to feel your clothes on your body, or do you like to feel them a little looser? So it's wonderful to have that availability to be able to talk to them and find out what their pain points are and what makes them uncomfortable. And then we go from there.
Well, I think one of the biggest fears that people have, and tell me how you deal with this, you know, when we think about dieting, right? We don't think about it from a linear perspective. Dieting, it looks like the waves, you know, it's a squiggly snake up and down. We lose 15, we gain 15, we lose 15, we gain 15. It's very cyclical. And it's a very unfortunate thing. And it's probably one of the biggest challenges for the human race when it comes to fitness and being fit and looking good and all that. And I think that one of the fears, maybe a scarcity mindset that folks do have, is that, you know, what is my weight now? What is my waist size now? And what will it be in 3 months? And should I fit my clothes for today, or should I fit my clothes to accommodate, you know, if I do have some extra lasagna for the next 3 months, you know? And what if we reframe that to say, I want to stay fit because my clothes are fit and they fit me right now when I'm slender, and I should stay slender. Otherwise I'm gonna have to A, buy all new clothes, and B, I won't maybe look as good.
It's accountability to yourself.
Yeah.
So when you're investing in yourself, whether you're investing in a weight loss or you're investing in a lifestyle change, you're investing in your clothes, and that's an investment in you. So they go hand in hand. So many times I have gentlemen that have two wardrobes, a heavier wardrobe and a lighter wardrobe, but many of my gentlemen kind of stay within 10 pounds, and then their clothes do fit them. And that's really nice. And they appreciate that.
Now I have some specific, I do have some specific questions, which I'll hold just for a moment in terms of measuring, because I think that self-measuring has always been, that's like an enigma to me. So I want to ask you about that in a moment. But I also first want to bring up this lookbook that you have here, which you shared with me. Some stunning clothes here. Love to get your take on this. One of the reasons why I'm particularly interested in this is because I'm a very visual person. I mean, with fashion, that goes without saying. We can't talk about fashion. That's like dancing with architecture. So let's look at the fashion for sure. but at the same time, running Dubb, a video communication platform, and seeing this type of material that's potentially shareable in a screen video, it gets me really excited because that's what we built our technology for. So I'll have to share some of my ideas specifically on how this specific lookbook and how really anything on your screen is perfect to be shared via a Dubb screen video. So we'll have to talk about that as well. But take me
very
through this
exciting
lookbook.
to me.
Yeah.
So this is our fall lookbook, and it is a lot of sophisticated casual in here. Men are going back to the office, so there are suits in there, but many times now it's a sport coat with a well-fitting t-shirt or polo or some knit with a great pair of chinos or 5 pockets. We have custom-made jeans, the only company that has custom jeans, which is really cool because many times, and now you'll probably notice it more, many gentlemen have droopy drawers. They don't fill out the rear of their pants. And when you have clothes that fit you, we are going to make that happen for you.
Well, you know why that is, right? Because a lot of the times when guys go to the gym, there's no leg workouts, there's just a whole upper body. So they get this big build on the top, and then they've got these chicken legs on the bottom. And you know what? I used to do that, so I'm guilty of that. In martial arts, you cannot do that.
No, you need more squats, these gentlemen.
We need more squats, right?
Absolutely.
Some stunning stuff here. So, when I look at some of this stuff and I look at how they look so comfortable, and I ask myself, when I see this outfit, for example, it's a perfect outfit for a setup like this because I have a hook right there on the wall. Mm-hmm. So when I come to the office, you can hook the coat on the wall. If you want to wear it, you throw it on. If you don't, you don't. And when you take it off, of course, you have your comfortable jeans. I'm sure that those have a little bit of elastic in them, maybe 1% to 2%. I always assume that these days, just for comfortability.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're a biflex fabric, which is really nice.
Yeah, that's great.
And it's a great look. It's sophisticated casual. You're elevating yourself. So no matter who you're talking to, you could be wearing a pair of jeans and a great shirt, but if it fits, you feel good. And it really comes down to how you feel in the clothes and how they fit you. And many of our clothes can be washed at home. They're designed for everyday wear. So it's fun. And my guys love the experience because if something doesn't fit or doesn't work the first time, I take care of all that. They don't have to get in the car. They don't have to drive. They don't have to do anything. Whether they're here in Pennsylvania or I'm working with somebody in Idaho, I still have the ability to work with anybody, anywhere, and help them look good.
Very cool. So I'm so curious about your sales process. You are one of the top stylists in the country. And what is it like to find clients right now? How do you communicate? How do you get your message across? How do you show this type of value?
A lot of what I do, I have great marketing images from the company, but we do a lot of our own self-marketing. So I do a lot of LinkedIn. I do a lot of networking. I do a lot of Facebook. Facebook is more of just recognition, but LinkedIn is where I am able to attract the clientele that is very busy and doesn't have the time for this, or truly enjoys shopping and likes to pick out the details with me. Many times their default partner did not sign up to be their stylist. So many times that has come in handy as well, depending on who I'm talking with.
Great.
But
so
I do all my own
what are some of the most important tips that you share with men in their journey to look this good? Like, look at that guy. Look at these dudes. Yeah. These guys are stunning. Look at that.
These guys are models, so they should look this good.
But you know what? They're fit guys, right? They're fit. They're slender, but their outfits are just rock solid. Yeah.
Absolutely. They're put together well. And what I share with my gentlemen, whether they're on Zoom and whether they're in person, when I build a wardrobe for you, I want to curate it so everything can go together. So we start with one outfit. We make sure it fits good. Once we know that we have your fit recipe, then we can continue to add to it. So everything starts to go together, where you could literally go into your closet and pull something out and it will match. So when I work with my clients, I really make sure that we do adult garanimals. I hope I'm not dating myself, but where everything mixes and matches, and it makes
And what was
getting
that?
dressed
Repeat
easy.
that term, please.
I called it garanimals.
Okay.
So, you know, like you pulled out your tiger from the top and your tiger on the bottom, and everything matches. So what I like to do is make everything work for my clients so it's easy. My clients are busy gentlemen, and they really love that I understand their lifestyle, I understand their preferences, and they appreciate how I can help them. And after they're clients for a while and we have fit, my clients will text me, they'll email me. So it doesn't always have to be in person. It's a great relationship.
Wow. You know, I recall some of these, you mentioned the garanimals. I love that. That's such a cool term. I recall, you know, previously shopping and finding a coat and then taking the coat and then just holding it in my hand and looking at it and saying, I love the fabric, I love the design, or I love both. And the fit is just okay. But since I love the fabric and I love or the design so much, I'm just going to sacrifice the fit. And I think back now with that mentality, and that's probably the most destructive thing you can do in fashion, to say, I like the way that the fabric looks, but I'm not caring about the way that it looks on my body. What a reverse mentality, you know? So I think it's so important to think about fit first, and how, you know, cohesion, and then to figure out, like, okay, so what's the canvas? What colors can we work with? And I love the way that you frame that in terms of, you know, having that cohesion.
A fit is the most important thing. We build our business as stylists off of fit. So if something does not fit you, I don't want you wearing it and representing Lisa Torba and Jay Hilburn. I'm going to make sure that we get that fit down. And then once we get the fit down, you can purchase 17 pairs of 5 pockets and 4 hoodies. But the first time we work together, we're going to get one of all different items. We're going to make an outfit. We're going to make an outfit that stands out in Zoom. We're going to make an outfit that stands out in person. So they're cross-populating your wardrobe, that you can have it anywhere.
Tremendous, tremendous. So where can folks learn more about you, your social channels, website, LinkedIn? Give us the goods.
Absolutely. So anybody could find me on LinkedIn as Lisa Torba, Torba. I have a website, which I believe you have with the lookbook, which is lisatorba.jhilburn.com. And I have Lisa Torba Style on Facebook and Instagram. So I'm really out there. I try and let everybody know who I am and what I do. And hopefully from things that I do, I could also build a team of stylists who get to do this across the country with me.
Tremendous. And here I see a booking link here. If any gentlemen out there are looking for a stylist, a master stylist, here's some contact info. So Lisa, I wanted to thank you so much for your time. This was a tremendous experience. I learned a lot from it, and I'm inspired. I want to go spend some money on some shopping now. I got to get some new rags.
Happy to help you. We have a really quick, a new app that's in the App Store that Jay Hilburn it's proprietary. So before I work with my new clients, I send them the app link. They get to download it. They get to stand in compression shorts, and the app will help measure them. Then it gets sent to me, and then we work together from that. So there is no self-measuring really anymore. I gotcha.
Okay, I'm going to learn more about that. That's really exciting. And then in the show notes, we're going to put the link to your website and whatever other links are necessary.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for having me. This has been very exciting.
Thank you so much. Stick around for some production notes. Thanks again, Lisa.
Of course. Thank you.